What's cracking, everybody? I'm Nomad Actual. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about something that I have learnt recently, and that is that in Escape from Tarkov, death is a guarantee, survival is a privilege. And in patch 0.12 there are numerous ways that you can die, which isn't really good for your survival rating. Now for me, PvP is definitely what I die to most. Coming from games like Battlefield and Call of Duty, whenever I hear shooting, I am just immediately drawn to the action. And, well, in those games, like, it doesn't really matter. You lose those fights, you aren't sent back to the main menu with no gear, unable to get back into that match. You can just respawn, you know, as many times as you like. Although, I don't think your team would really appreciate that. Now in Escape from Tarkov, if you die, you are sent back to the main menu. You lose any gear you had on you, excluding anything you stuffed into your prison wallet. Kids, please don't Google that. A few weeks ago, I was fighting Reshala on a nighttime customs raid. It was dusk when it started, but pitch black when things really kicked off. Now, near the end of it, I was in the field out the back of the gas station taking stock of my inventory when I heard two sets of footsteps approaching me, so I'd readied up. Now, at this point, I was low on ammunition. I knew it was not any of the guards because they were all dead, so it had to be players. Now, earlier in the fight, when I had realized it was Reshala and his men, I'd swapped out my helmet that had my nods on it for one of the guards' helmets. It was a Zisha helmet. And at the time, it wasn't dark, but now it was, so I could only see the silhouette of these two players as they walked right by me, over the hill, and on towards the Scav checkpoint, never to be seen again. Now, it honestly felt like that mission all gillied up in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. You know the part where you have to let the soldiers pass you by, otherwise you fail? God, that was such a good mission. Well, I've started doing that more often. Analysing the situation that I'm in and asking myself the question, should I engage? I break it down into 5 simple questions, because it's something that can easily be overthought and it can become way too complicated. Also, quick disclaimer, these are all purely situational. It depends, there are so many factors that come into play. These are just some that I've picked. So please, just keep that in mind. Anyway, this is the first question. How many enemies? This one has gotten myself and many other players killed to the point where there is a saying. When there's one, there's two. When there's two, there's three. And so on. So now, even if there is only one player visible, you should treat the situation as if there was two. Now the next question that I ask myself, are they geared? This can be a tough one, as sometimes gear doesn't render properly, at least it hasn't for me at times. And, you know, you should also know the capability of your own loadout. Are you low on ammo? Are you low on meds? What kind of ammunition are you using? The ammo you should think about before you go into the raid. And your armor as well. That's something you should be thinking about these things before you go into the raid. Set a goal of what you're going to do, what you're going to accomplish, and equip yourself accordingly. Now, I recommend you download the Battle Buddy app by Veritas. It'll help you understand all the armors and ammunition in the game, so you can more accurately decide if the rounds you took in will one-tap that thick boy or not. I will put a link to the app and to Veritas's Twitch in the description, so please make sure you check them out. Now you should always kill hatchlings. The Tarkov gods demand it. The next question I ask myself is, am I completing a fetch quest, marker quest, or a placement quest? Fetch quests are what I call the quests that you have to go into a raid, find a unique item like the bronze pocket watch, and extract it from the raid. Marker quests are where you have to place a marker in a certain spot or on a certain thing and wait till the timer is done. I know, a bit self-explanatory, but still. And placement quests are similar to marker quests, except you are unable to move for about 30 seconds approximately. These ones I hate the most. I think scrap them, reduce the time, or whatever. Anyway, that's a whole other can of Dushanka that we're not going to get into. If I am in one of these quests and they haven't spotted me, I rarely ever engage. Finishing these quests, and quests in general, is vital to unlocking better gear, and a lot of the times, better gear gets you a better outcome in fights. Not always. Again, situational. The next question that I ask myself is, have they seen me? If they have spotted you, I'm going to use you in this question, so I've written it down. So you can either fight or run, depending on your previous answers. If you do have to fight, you don't need to kill any enemies. If you'd prefer to put them into cover with a grenade, suppressive fire, and then break line of sight and disengage to fight another day, that is a very smart move, especially if you're doing one of the quests mentioned earlier. One thing I do like to do, which honestly wins me more fights than not, is to put the enemies into cover, break line of sight, and then reposition somewhere unexpected. And that leads me to my next question. Are they heading in a direction that I can successfully ambush them from? Knowing the map you are on, like the back of your hand, is very helpful for this one to work. So, I recently won a fight on Shoreline where the enemy thought that I had trapped myself in a room with no escape apart from the door that I'd entered. They didn't know that I could just get into the next room via the balcony. And that's what I did. I moved myself further up the hall away from them through this balcony. So as they ran up the hallway, I came out of the doorway, a doorway which they were not expecting, and I scored myself some very nice loot. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording or streaming at the time of this raid, which I'm kicking myself because it is honestly the best firefight I have had in Point 12. Actually, it's the best firefight I've had in a very long time. So, but anyway, shit happens. I've started using this method quite a lot recently, and it's helped me with quest progression and PvP, which I have been struggling with heaps this patch.
Ooh, fuck.
It's something I've had to get used to, but learning this skill was definitely worth it. Anyway, let me know if you've tried this and if it works for you. If you liked the video, please let me know by pressing the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button, and everyone, please leave me some feedback so I can improve my videos. Everything's appreciated. Anyway, I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch at 7 PM Australian time. Link is in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one.